Please hang up and try again.
Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
That all these races always come down to this, and I don't really understand how guys can call themselves the best in the world when they just drive through everyone on restarts at the end of these races. So it's very frustrating, but it is what it is these days. So I'm out of here.
Freak Nation, you're going to miss Martin Truex Jr. when he walks off in the sunset. More importantly, Statman's going to miss his number one guy when it comes to betting big money in NASCAR. How you doing, Freak Nation? A big show for you tonight. A long-haul trucker wins Watkins Glen. We'll get to that story coming up here in the Freak Nation. Your top 5 finishers from Watkins Glen on Sunday were not NASCAR Playoff Series drivers. And Chase Briscoe has a shot at moving on. Denny Hamlin, his shot is getting busted by the Big Bill France karma. We'll explain all of that coming up here in the Freak Nation. The big show, as I said, Freak Nation. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, right there on YouTube, Freak Radio Network, and on MAV TV. We'll hear from your Watkins Glen winner. We'll hear from your IndyCar Series champion, Alex Palou, here in the Freak Nation. We'll hear from Will Power, whose seatbelt came undone during the race and loses the championship. Will Power, who was running for a championship when that green flag dropped at Nashville and finishes 1, 2, 3. He finishes Crasher where?
In the championship, he ended up 4th. He went into the championship hunt, into the race this weekend in Nashville, the season finale, 2nd in points. Because of the seatbelt, the lap belt, he dropped to 4th on the points. Scott McLaughlin 3rd, Will Power 4th. Oh, winner of the race, Colton Herta. Nobody was talking about Colton Herta and the championship. Well, I mean, maybe a tiny bit of conversation, but really it was Scott McLaughlin with the long shot. Will Power and Alex Palou will be the 2 drivers vying for the 2024 championship. Guess what? Colton Herta, with his win this weekend, he's 2nd in the title hunt.
Statman, we're going to have Alex Palou coming up this hour. Curious what one of your questions will be for Alex Palou once he found out about Will Power, right?
Yeah, he probably got a cop in Nashville to get him a ticket for his seatbelt unfastened. And, let's deal with business the way business should be dealt with.
How about that? You lose the champion. Okay, let me back up just a second, Freak Nation. Alex Palou coming into Nashville had the lead in points to win the championship. All Alex Palou had to do was finish in front of Will Power.
He had to finish 9th or better.
All right, finish 9th or better. During the race, I'm just spelling it out for you. Will Power's.
Oh, is that what it is?
What the hell? That seatbelt came undone. We've got the audio.
Don't worry, it's only 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's not like it's 230 or anything. It's just 200.
We're going to share that audio with you in the show. And one of the funniest things I've ever heard on a crew radio, his crew chief going, which one?
Does it matter?
Yes. Which seatbelt?
It's one of the 5 pieces that's holding me into this cockpit and saving my life. But oops, one of the 5 is, doesn't matter which one.
Watkins Glen was an S show for playoff drivers, Freak Nation. Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson. I could go on and on and on. Mm-hmm. One dude who we thought was going to eventually get into the playoffs was Chris Buscher, who won Watkins Glen. Chris Buscher lost by a finger in Kansas to get that first win of 2024. But what does he do at Watkins Glen? He goes out and wins that damn race. Congratulations to him. Again, the top 5 drivers are not playoff drivers. But when you're watching this soundbite from Chris Buscher after the race, just watch him as if he's about to go out to his 18-wheeler and haul some wood from Washington State down to South Texas. Just look at Buscher here. He looks like a long hauler.
Yeah, I hadn't gone through that part of it. You know what,
right?
Yes, okay, you nailed it.
He's hauling some wood to East Texas right now.
Yeah, I hadn't gone through that part of it. You know what, missing the playoffs, it hurt. It definitely stung there, and to have the season we had and have that many close calls, near misses, certainly doesn't feel good. But I had no point until you just asked the question. Have we thought about what it would have meant until now? That's just it's just good old fashioned win right there. So in that sense, it's very special for me, for this team to get this buildsubmarines.com Mustang in the victory lane on a road course. That's a big accomplishment for myself.
It's another mouthful of a car sponsorship right there. Buildsubmarines.com Ford Mustang. Here's the deal. He said it was a good old-fashioned win. Yes, it was. That's what Watkins Glen was today. It was kind of a throwback NASCAR, full of cautions, full of just kind of unpredictability at a road course, this one being the Glen, and then just Chris Buscher, of all drivers, Chris Buscher. Jack Roush was in victory lane. It was slightly like a throwback race, and it was very well earned. He held off Shane Van Gisbergen massively. He made Shane overdrive the car on the second to last lap or the final lap. He earned that victory 100%.
Statman, you've been a proponent of drivers that win races because they worked their way through the field or actually won the race themselves versus drivers who were up front when the checkered flag dropped. And Christopher Buscher and Jack Roush's team, RFK, they played their cards right for them to get that big win at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, they did, and they worked hard. I'm the one who said that Buscher wasn't going to be in the playoffs, so he doesn't watch the Speed Freaks too often. But they earn. Sometimes you earn it, and he earned it, and got forward into the victory circle at Watkins Glen. That didn't happen that often.
Richie, I said at the top of the show, my friend, that 5 of the top 5 finishers, none of those guys were playoff drivers. The top playoff driver in the top 10 was who, Richie?
Chase Briscoe finished 6th. He was the highest finishing playoff driver today or Sunday at Watkins Glen.
Who was next?
Austin Cindric finished 10th.
Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric. Let me pull up the points, the playoff points here real quick. So as of right now, Chase Briscoe, as long as nothing goes terribly wrong in Bristol, obviously anything can still happen. He's somewhat safe. He's sitting in the 11th spot in points. Austin Cindric is 3rd in points, 3rd in playoff points. Austin Cindric is going to the round of 12.
Richie, the 4 playoff drivers sitting outside the bubble as of now?
Harrison Burton, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski is 14th, 12 points back, and Denny Hamlin is 13th, outside looking in, 6 points back of 12th place Ty Gibbs.
Oof.
I think we're going to find that these playoffs this year, this whole point structure is going to be the number one of the, besides the charters and so forth. But that's going to be something that they're going to have to work on in the off season, because you're going to find all sorts of people getting in and not getting in. It's going to be a change of the guard and the whole NASCAR superstar stardom.
It was a hell of a battle last couple of laps between Christopher Buscher and
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Just call him SVG.
Listen, we have people that tune into the show every now and then that don't follow NASCAR, gang. Who is SVG? Is that the new style of television that you got, dude?
Get that app?
Yeah.
Got the SVG app?
The 18-wheel long-haul trucker, Christopher Buscher, talking about the battle with SVG.
I sure did like it being 4 seconds out front and cruising to victory. That sure seemed a lot easier, but...
Wasn't he just hanging out at a Love's? And they just pulled him
What,
in.
you think he'd hang out at Michael McDowell's sponsor?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was hanging out at one of those those truck stops in Boise. And he said, can you answer some questions for the Watkins Glen there, bro?
I sure did like it being 4 seconds out front and cruising to victory. That sure seemed a lot easier, but a little bit wild there at the end to have caution after caution was certainly frustrating. Of course, the two that we got away clean, we had cautions immediately up through the S's, right? So the third one there, everyone just drove into one a little bit deeper yet, knowing it was OT, and ended up just up the hill and lost the lead, and knew that was going to be a very tough pass to get SVG back. And we tailed them there for that last lap, took the white and realized that we had gained a little bit, and went up through the S's, and I seen them just hanging on to it really loose. And I went to a point where I wasn't really comfortable at my entry marker into the bus stop, and I think he was still going. So I kind of had a feeling something big was getting ready to happen, and sure enough, he had that big slide there and went to try and go left, and he was still correcting and coming back, so went to try and cross over, and just good hard race there. He tried to cover it and had already gotten the fender in, and just was able to get clear of him off the carousel and run. You know what? Just run.
We got a mighty convoy trucking through the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the big Bill France karma comes back and kicks Denny Hamlin in the ass again. That's next. Speed Freaks Pits and Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire, and the countdown to the championship is setting the track ablaze. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Freak Nation, coming up this hour, Alex Palou, your 3-time IndyCar Series champion, will be here in the Freak Nation. And Crasher, that is significant. 3 IndyCar championships in his brief career in the series.
Yes. 5 years in the series. First year with Dale Coyne in our COVID year, 2020. And then signing with Chip Ganassi Racing for the 2021 season. First race out takes a win. And it's been smooth sailing, as Chip specifically said himself, smooth sailing ever since. Winning 3 titles in the last 4 years, 2021, 2023, and 2024. But Dario Franchitti did remind Alex Palou today, you're not really that impressive until you do 3 in a row like I did. 09, 10, and 11. That was Franchitti.
Also coming up in the show, Freak Nation, we had a chance to sit down with Ryan Blaney, Rajah Caruth, and Will Power will join us after his seatbelt came undone in his IndyCar to lose that championship.
Which reminds us, or does it remind you of, maybe 12, 13, I don't know the exact amount of years ago now, AJ Allmendinger's last Indy 500 attempt, also with Team Penske. Also, I believe he was leading.
He was running up front.
Yep. When his lap belts came undone, he had to come in the pits, ruined his day. What's up? Roger, I'm just saying, who's your seatbelt supplier? This is not good. Not a good look. Two major losses there.
Ryan Truex, holy smokes. Martin Truex Jr., certainly a fan favorite who is retiring full-time after this year, is now on the bubble with the NASCAR playoff, taken out in Watkins Glen, and a lot of old school attitude still with Martin Truex Jr. when asked about his exit from the race.
See that, all these races always come down to this, and I don't really understand, how guys can call themselves, the best in the world when they just drive through everyone on restarts at the end of these races. So it's very frustrating, but it is what it is these days. So I'm out of here.
Of the 4 of us, I consider the one that's most sensitive to how drivers drive on the track. It's Statman, and you could have put Statman in the Martin Truex fire suit saying the same damn thing that Martin Truex did regarding today's drivers. Statman, they would rather drive through you than do their best to drive around you. Maybe a little bump, but to drive around you to move up the position.
It was the truck race at Phoenix last year. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year, where they took turns, or actually took numbers, and they would call, 25. All right, 25 ran over 32. At 45, bam, 45 knocked 22 into the wall. I mean, it was the worst display of driving. I don't care how much pressure or how much import or whatever you want to say. They didn't know what they were doing. And those people have now moved up into the Cup field, and a lot of them don't know what they're doing.
I don't know. I don't mind seeing new names coming up into the ranks. And like you referenced in the last segment, a changing of the guard. We see that every few years. That I'm totally fine with. But you're right. If it comes at the price of a reduction in talent, then I'm not a fan of it. I mean, we still want a very good product on the track. And part of that good product is good, hard racing, clean passing, not running into each other. So I'm willing to give it another year or two to hopefully see this pool of drivers, that some of the newer names develop a little bit better. But yeah, if if just running into each other is going to be their style moving forward, that's not good for any form of motorsport.
If they're running in 34th and they happen to do something and get into the playoffs, That doesn't make him a playoff driver. They're a 34th place driver. They're a 25th place driver. They're a truck driver who got some money to be in a cup seat. It's something that's got to. Somebody, I hope, will address this in the off season, because it's the problems where people are supposed to be learning, they're not learning, and they're getting advanced anyway.
But the thing is, and it's been discussed on several shows over the last month and a half, it's bad driving is being addressed at dirt tracks all around the country. But it's not.
Is it really being addressed?
Yes. There are drivers being sent to the back of the field. There are drivers being disqualified. But the whole Austin Dillon crashing to win at Richmond this year in August, and then a couple of other surprise winners, Harrison Burton coming into the playoffs, it has raised the amount of questioning on, hey, NASCAR, you really need to look into this. And do you really want some of these names from the very back of your pack being playoff contenders? I mean, right now, though, look at the playoffs. Look at the playoff points. You've got guys that we didn't think would survive through these first three races that are almost a guarantee as long as they're clean in Bristol.
But if you look at what happened with Denny Hamlin in Watkins Glen, that's Denny Hamlin. It's not one of those rookie or younger drivers coming in and T-boning Denny Hamlin out of the race.
And he was a victim of Corey LaJoie and Kyle Busch coming together.
Speaking of Denny Hamlin, have any of you thought about this, Freak Nation? Denny Hamlin, the loudest mouth in the NASCAR pits, team owner, when it comes to this whole charter issue. And as soon as we get into the playoffs, Denny Hamlin in Atlanta, bam, he's out of here. Watkins Glen, he's out of here. He's sitting on the bubble to move on to the next round. He's got Bristol of all places to win or to finish in the top 10 to move on into the next round. You can't tell me that some of you think that Big Bill France Karma, with all the loudmouth chatter, he did not sign that charter agreement like Rick Hendrick, like RFK, like Joe Gibbs. You can't tell me that Big Bill France didn't put a little bit of karma down on Denny Hamlin. I know it's Joe Gibbs' team, but it's still Denny Hamlin, your loudest damn driver when it comes out to criticizing NASCAR. Him and his posse. Not necessarily Michael Jordan, but Polk. Is it, what's Polk's first name?
Polk.
Chris Polk? Or is it Chris?
Oh, Curtis. No,
Curtis Polk, who's also part of the ownership.
Right.
Do you believe in the Big Bill France karma? I'm not a big karma believer. But, man, when your loudest mouth is going out unceremoniously in the first two playoff races.
He had a bad strategy in Atlanta. That was more driver error than anything. In Watkins Glen, he was a victim of circumstance twice. It could have been worse. Maybe he could have been Ryan Blaney and not allowed to get back out on the track. He was allowed back out, but then he got into another wreck.
We were driving home on Sunday from northern Arizona, listening to the race on Sirius XM. And when Denny Hamlin went out, you could hear the cheers from places around that road course cheering for Denny Hamlin exiting the race. And it still somewhat surprises me that so many people are against Denny Hamlin when he's the lone wolf out there speaking up for drivers and other team owners about how he doesn't believe these negotiations were fair for this charter agreement. I understand he made his bed. He's got to lay in it with, I beat your favorite driver. I get it. But I'm just putting it out there about this whole Big Bill France karma coming down on the Hamlinator.
The Hamlinator?
I just said that.
Yeah.
What?
You can't take that one back either. I think what's going to happen at some point, I'd venture to say maybe this week, he's going to grudgingly sign it after the sponsors of his car, FedEx, and the cars at 2311, McDonald's, and Columbia Sporting Goods, Sporting Wear, and all of those. They're going to say, look, dude, you have a chance to guarantee that you're going to be in the event that we're paying for, and you're telling me that you're going to hold out. Let's rethink this if you want to, if you wanted to get the next check from us.
You can't tell me the France family, wherever they're watching the race, Lisa, France Kennedy, her brother, they're going, yeah, Denny, yeah. Going against the France family, yeah. Here.
You okay there, brother? And the heat getting to you, maybe?
By the way, have we heard from Lisa France Kennedy? I'll just leave it at that, Freak Nation. Coming up next, he is a 3-time IndyCar Series champion, Alex Palou, and he's back in the Freak Nation now with those 3 wins. Next, Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAVTV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAVTV Go has something for everyone. MAVTV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire, and the countdown to the championship is setting the track ablaze. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
You're listening to Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio Redefined.
Freak Nation, it's the first time we can say not just a champion, but three-time champion for your IndyCar series, Alex Palou, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And I'm sorry, man, but the Scott Dixon comparisons are out there, Alex Palou. Can we just put those to rest until you win maybe two more?
I would agree with you. I'm just trying to learn from him as much as possible. It's amazing that I can learn from him. That I wouldn't be here without him in the team. He's a big part of us being here today.
Scott Dixon didn't have 3 titles by the time he was 27 years old, and we're Scott Dixon fans.
And I am a fan as well of him. When I started watching IndyCar when I was a kid, he was winning, and he was the man, and he's still the man. Honestly, I think he had. This year was really, really tough for him on strategies and just being very unlucky at times. But I know that he will win more. I don't know if 1 more, 2 more, 3 more. Hopefully it's only 1 more so I can hopefully catch up in the future. But it's amazing. He's an amazing driver and an amazing person.
Alex Palou, now 3-time IndyCar Series champion, joining us here in the Freak Nation. Can you also help me put to bed the concern that Alex Palou, 3-time champion, has not won on an oval course to get these championships? Winning a series is somewhat based on ovals. Can you help put that crap to bed?
I am not proud about that stat, honestly. I wish I could say I'm proud, but I don't think that's a good thing. Obviously, it's good that even though I'm still not at my peak and that we're still learning and getting better and understanding the oval racing, that we're not losing time on the championships. Like, we're still getting the championships, and hopefully one day, very soon, like first race on an oval next year, like Indy 500, we can win it. So that's a goal. But I'm not proud about that stat, man. I want to win on an oval so bad, like so bad. Once I do it, I'll celebrate so bad that everybody will be like, oh my God, he did it.
Well, Indianapolis aside, obviously everybody wants to win the Indy 500. But aside from that oval, where would you really love your first oval win to be?
I don't care, honestly. I don't care the place. Like, honestly, I don't mind. I'll celebrate wherever. But I would say probably Gateway, which I think will be next year, our first oval after Indy 500. Otherwise, Iowa works. Milwaukee works for me. Nashville works. So wherever I can, I'll win.
Now, I'm really curious about this. This is a very, very serious question. I'm going to ask you, 3-time IndyCar champion Alex Palou. You've put your fried chicken dinner championship celebrations, winning race celebrations aside for a while, claiming that you needed to stay in IndyCar shape. You've got a couple of months to just kind of chillax, celebrate your championship. Will you please tell me that fried chicken is on the menu sometime in the next week or two?
It will be for sure. 100% it will be on the menu. But it was getting a little bit out of control. Like, I would win one race and I would go to somewhere and there would be people waiting with fried chicken. And then I would go to the team and some sponsor brought us fried chicken for everybody. And it was like, guys, like, please, no, we need to stop it. So it was, it started like as a joke and something that I would do once in a while to like, oh, it's getting out of control. But it will be on the menu in the next, I would say next week. But yeah, I won't bring it back after every race win because it can get crazy.
Will that be your daughter's first real meal?
She's had already, I wouldn't say that she had fried chicken yet, but she had chicken. I don't think that fried is good for her, but she's trying different stuff. I'm sure she will love fried chicken.
Yes.
So, Alex Palou, there's only one thing I want to know, fried chicken aside. How big was the smile under the helmet when they told you that Will Power had problems and he was going into the pits for who knows how long?
Honestly, it's not the way you want to win a championship. It's not the way you want to be ahead of him. Like, you want you want to be out there. You don't want bad things to happen to your competitors. Having that said, we had that 2 weeks ago in Milwaukee. I'm sure he wasn't happy, but he wasn't crying for me either. Like me today, I was like, okay, well, it's your turn now to have a bad day. And I just kind of relaxed a little bit more, and I said, okay, let's try and move forward. Let's still try and win the race, because we still can win the race or get to the podium, which we failed on doing that. But still, obviously, I wasn't happy, but I wasn't, sad about it either.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't sad that you had to start at the back of the field with grid penalties and a bad qualifying and all of that. You could say what you want to, but I'll bet you that smile lifted the helmet a couple inches off your head.
Yeah, we had with the bad qualifying and then the engine penalty starting P24th. It was not looking like a fun day ahead, at least to get up front. It was looking like a really hard work. But yeah, I was not happy, but I kind of relaxed a little bit myself.
Well, wait a minute. There's got to be a little more pressure, Alex Palou, 3-time IndyCar champion. Now you've got an entire race, almost 200 laps, to stay out of everybody's way, stay out of everybody's accident, make clean pit stops, not make any mistakes, have everything go perfectly, because you still had to get to the end.
We had a good gap to second place, which was Power, but it was not enough. Like if he won, I still needed to go from 24th to 9th, making our day really tough.
What did you do Sunday morning, race morning in Nashville to get ready for, okay, this could be an up and down day, but I got to win that title sometime by the end of the day? How'd you do it?
I woke up early, like 6:15, 6:30, very quietly, to try and not wake up the baby that was sleeping at the bus with me. I had the team computer at my bus, and I just went through some data and some videos, had breakfast with my wife. Baby was still asleep. We were celebrating very quietly, but she was asleep, so it was a win. And yeah, that's it. I then went to autograph session, and my day started. So it was just a normal day, honestly. Like it was a big day, but it was still another race. And I just had to keep my routine the same as I do every time, as I do every single race weekend.
Well, 3 of us on this interview are girl dads, Statman, yours truly, and yourself. And you may not know this, but you're a 3-time champion, and your young daughter doesn't give a damn that her dad's a 3-time champion. She just wants to make sure that you're there and you're giving her candy and stuff. She doesn't give a damn what you drive. Yeah. Right.
I know. And she was not happy about being with so many people surrounded at the victory celebration. She was crying, and I was like, oh no, please don't cry now. But it was, I know. And that actually made me think a lot. Like I was like, this human being that just came from nowhere, that I created with my wife, doesn't care about anything else apart of just growing food and all that stuff. So made me just try and push every day a little bit harder, try and take care of her, and just not allow negativity and bad days affect me too much.
Well said.
Wow.
Well said, Alex.
There it is. There's perspective.
Is it true that that Chip Ganassi said if you win your championship, he will lose enough weight to fit in your fire suit?
I don't remember that. It might be true, but I don't remember that. I'll need to look through my record and see.
Alex, the worst thing you could do with Chip Ganassi is take that cell phone out of his hand.
I'm sure that there was a lot of people messaging him about the win that we got and the 16 championships that he's been able to win together with the team that he's formed.
Hey, real quick, on any of the celebrations that you're going to go through over this next week, are you going to invite Scott McLaughlin? He was really trying to like food poison you this week. That's
yeah, he was trying hard of
Yeah.
food poisoning and then bike riding and then skydiving. There was something else around that I still don't remember. But yeah, I'll invite him about something like maybe championship something ceremony, and I'll invite him as my guest there. Anyway, he finished third. He had a great year. I'm happy for him. He's a great competitor, and I am sure I'll see him next week. I think at the banquet for the championship.
Alex, I can't tell you, man, how proud we are of what you've done, and more importantly, that you take time out to come to the Freak Nation and be a part of the Freak Nation and share your message with the Freak Radio Network and, of course, all of us at MAV TV and YouTube. Thank you for this, and congratulations on this championship, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
It's a hell of a champion, Alex Palou, here in the Freak Nation. Coming up next, Statman's alter ego. And are we witnessing the second running of Young Money? We'll explain. Coming up, Speed Freaks Pits and Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAV TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAV TV Go has something for everyone. MAV TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire, and the countdown to the championship is setting the track of Lays. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
I've done nearly 1,000 of these about things all over the motorsports map. Maybe I'll give my alter ego a shot at this one. Chickened out, did you? What's so hard about one of the biggest IMSA headlines this week? Hyundai may put its Genesis brand into IMSA as a hybrid prototype. No date to make the step up in class. Hyundai already races and dominates in the touring car class. But this would be a step up to racing on Sundays with the big brands like Acura, BMW, Cadillac, and Porsche. I guess if Cadillac can do it, so can Genesis. They're after the same showroom buyer, after all. Whenever the Genesis prototype is ready for competition, I bet it'll be competitive. Hyundai just swept the Acropolis podium in the World Rally Championship round in Greece. It plays for keeps. See, that wasn't tough. Don't chicken out the next time. Don't be lazy. I'm here to help. Alter egos are ugly sometimes, aren't they? Peace.
Your Statman Scat, brought to you by our good friends at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com to find out how you could get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card now through the end of October. Buy 4 qualifying light truck SUV tires and bam, get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card thanks to our friends at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation for over 2 decades. Well, Statman, help me out here. And we're going to get into possibly a new Kyle Larson moving into the Xfinity Series and Cup Series not too soon, or not soon enough, whatever the case is. You're talking about Hyundai in series that the vast majority of people have no idea who it is, what is IMSA, and Acropolis, Macropolis, Metropolis. How does that translate to Hyundai car sales? Like they used to say, win on Sunday in NASCAR, sell on Monday. How does that translate to moving Hyundai cars off the parking lot, sales lot, into people's garages?
Well, in the event that it does, still, some would argue that it doesn't. But what it means is that Hyundai and its Genesis brand, if they are going after the same customer that Cadillac is going after, and Genesis beats Cadillac on the racetrack, it's proving that it has better technology, it's better branding, the cars look better, and in reality, they do maintain their value a little longer than the Cadillac brand does. So, yeah, that's how they sell cars. They've probably noticed some of the surveys that say Cadillac owners are getting a little upset with the car and the service. So they're saying, let's go beat them at their own game and take some of those customers away from them.
But why not spend that money to move into NASCAR, whether it's working your way up through the truck series? Yeah, I don't know. There's not a Hyundai. There's not a Genesis Hyundai truck. But why not work a Hyundai up through the Xfinity Series, spend that kind of blow where it's representative of more people across the planet that would see that Hyundai run and eventually win?
That may not be true. You would say across the planet. That may be true in regions of the United States. But there's a lot of people who, strangely enough, could care less about NASCAR and what it does and where it's doing and what for. So they're saying that they're buyers. They probably have a lot of surveys that say people that buy Genesis don't care about NASCAR, don't care about IndyCar. They care about sports cars, and there's more people that care about IMSA around the world than care about NASCAR. Believe me.
One guy that could win in a Hyundai, I don't care if it's in a truck or a freaking go-kart, it's Conor Zilisch, who we've had coming in the Freak Nation for the last couple of years, whether it was in the Trans Am class or sports cars in the ARCA series. Now, Richard C. Suave in the Xfinity series, who goes out and grabs the pole and the race win in Watkins Glen, Suave, beating series pilots on a road course. It's a pretty big deal, buddy.
Yeah, this was, to me, it was the biggest piece of news of the weekend. The biggest story of the weekend is the success of Conor Zilisch. Like you said, he went out and dominated in ARCA at Watkins Glen. That was his 5th race win and 6 starts in the ARCA Menard series this year. 5 wins and 6 starts. We talk a lot about William Sawalich, who's been on the show a couple times this year, and how he's dominated. Well, Conor Zilisch is right there with him. Then he goes out, Xfinity Series, first start of his career for Junior Motorsports, sits on the pole, dominates the entire first stage, has some issues throughout the race, misses the bus stop under caution, and gets thrown to the back of the field more than halfway through the race, has to learn how to save fuel. He ran, his last stint was like 45 laps of fuel at Watkins Glen into overtime. He even says in the post race that his fuel sputtered a little bit on that last green white checkered, and he beat some of the best in the business. He beat William Byron, he beats Shane Van Gisbergen, he beat all these guys who have won in the Cup Series before, and it was a terrific piece of NASCAR history, winning at just 18 years old in his first career start in the Xfinity Series. And I'm so excited to watch this kid. I've been saying it all year, but man, oh man, I want to see this guy in the Cup Series as soon as possible because he is a star. Statman, you were talking earlier in the show about guys who drive way too aggressive. That's not the case with Conor Zilisch. He talked a little bit about in the post-race interview, Ken, if you want to cue this up too, where he talks about how well respected he is from these Cup Series drivers for the way he drives a race car.
Which soundbite is that, Richie? Is that
it is the
going
one,
out and beating Cup drivers or getting support from Cup drivers?
Getting support from Cup drivers. Play that one, sir.
Yeah, it means the world. Ross on pit road was like more excited for me than I feel like I was. He's been, he's become close friends with me and has been a big part of someone I can lean on and ask for advice. And it was cool to share that moment with him on pit road and have him there by my side. So yeah, Noah as well. Noah's become close with me and someone I can ask advice because he's been in this exact same situation before, racing for Junior Motorsports, being a rookie. And, it just means a lot to have all those guys. SVG, he let me buy in the race. And it's cool to have respect from those guys. And Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, these guys that I've been watching for the last 4 or 5 years kick ass in the Cup Series. And, now they're coming up and congratulating me. It's hard to believe, but it means a lot to me.
Look, okay, hold on a second.
Right.
He's a winner. He's got massive talent. And did you see how well-spoken he is right there? He is the full package. Like you said, Richie, whoa, we got a couple decades worth of some fun with him coming up.
Listen, Conor Zilisch, he's servicing my Genesis.
Yeah, it means the world.
Servicing my Genesis.
Stop it with these.
And then Christopher Buscher, he's hauling my furniture from Dallas over to Arizona.
Yeah, I hadn't gone through that part.
Okay.
The one nice thing about Zilisch, and I'm a huge fan, but he probably has more road racing experience than most of the other drivers in the Xfinity Series field combined. So he knows a lot more. He races in the Trans Am Series, so he knows how to turn left and right. And most of the guys in the Xfinity Series are just racing in ovals in NASCAR. And left turns aren't all the same, but they're different than right turns.
Freak Nation, I'm not overstepping my line or my boundary here when I say that Conor Zilisch and another driver, frankly, and it was admitted by Kyle Larson, that Corey Day, these are two drivers that are approaching Kyle Larson's status in their early on in their career of going out and kicking ass in anything they drive. Conor Zilisch talking about beating Cup drivers in the Xfinity Series race at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words
how much this meant to me. I worked so hard for this race. I've been preparing for it for over 3 months now, and outside of the 24, this is probably the biggest race of my year of this year for me. So to come out here and do that and just prove to myself that I can do it and I can compete in the highest level is special to me. You know, it's hard to judge how good I am when I'm racing in ARCA, and you know, people say, "Oh, you're racing against nobody," but I mean, there was 5 Cup guys out there today, and it's just a sense of relief knowing that I can compete against those guys.
Suave, real quick, you got some stats on what Conor Zilisch is doing?
Yeah, so let me tell you the type of racing he's won, and he mentioned it there. He won his class at the 24 Hours Daytona. He did the same at the 12 Hours of Sebring. He won his class. He has won in the Cars Tour this year. He has won, as Statman mentioned, in the Trans Am Series this year. He has won in everything he sat in basically this entire season. A couple more things for you, too. He, the youngest driver to ever win a Cup Series race is Joey Logano. He won it at 19 years and 1 month. Conor Zilisch is just over 18 years old, so he needs to win a NASCAR Cup Series race by this time next year in order to set the record for youngest Cup Series driver to win a race.
There it is.
And I think he might do it, man. I want to see him in the Cup with the Cup Series right next year.
We should put it out on social.
Ryan Blaney and Will Power coming up next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire, and the countdown to the championship is setting the track ablaze. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
You're listening to Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio Redefined.
Please hang up and try again.
Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
That all these races always come down to this, and I don't really understand how guys can call themselves the best in the world when they just drive through everyone on restarts at the end of these races. So it's very frustrating, but it is what it is these days. So I'm out of here.
He's one of Statman's favorite drivers, Martin Truex Jr. And if I didn't know any better, Statman wrote the script for Martin Truex as he exited the race early at Watkins Glen on Sunday, who, by the way, is sitting on the bubble to move on to the round of 12. How you doing, Freak Nation? A big second hour. Coming up this hour, Ryan Blaney will be joining us. Rajah Caruth, gunning for a NASCAR Truck Series championship, will be joining us. And by the way, Ryan Blaney, the first driver out at Watkins Glen, that guy who a lot of folks are putting a whole lot of blow on his car to win the championship.
Defending champion as well. He basically ran a half a lap today.
Sorry.
Just let that sink in. Half a lap.
So both of those cats will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. But how about this, Freak Nation? You're sitting number 2 in points in one of the biggest open wheel series on the planet. All right, the biggest open wheel series. Well, some would argue it's not bigger than Formula One here in the United States. The IndyCar series, you're sitting number 2 in points, willpower, and about 60 laps into your championship race. Got to keep your eye on Alex Palou, who was behind him at the time, by the way, Freak Nation. Alex Palou was behind Will Power, and then he looks down on his dashboard and sees an idiot light saying, "Fasten seatbelt." You laugh.
Something like that.
That's what happened. Will Power, driving for the man who owns the IndyCar series and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, they can't afford someone to fasten up the seatbelts tight enough on Will Power to where Will Power loses the championship because that idiot light came on and went, bong, bong. That one light that we hate 2 seconds into pulling out of our driveway. Fasten your seatbelt, you idiot.
And that ding, that constant ding that goes all the time. That's how you fasten them. Yeah.
You laugh, Freak Nation, but this happened during the race at Nashville. Will Power is driving a race car at 200 miles an hour on an oval. And his seatbelt comes undone. Here's the audio and the video from NBC Sports with Will Power's idiot light coming on and going, "Fasten seatbelt."
Depends. I have to pin. My belt has come off.
That's a terrible feeling from inside the race.
Hold on a second.
What?
Listen to this again. He's talking his crew chief, I would imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Might be who is Cindric? Who would it be?
No, I'm
okay.
sorry. I'd have to
He's
look it up.
talking to his crew chief. He's saying, "I've got to pit. My seatbelt has come undone," and there's dead silence.
Because they're like, wait, what?
And I don't know if that was that Hitchtown that came in and thought, man, there's dead air here. Why isn't anyone talking to Will Power?
Yeah.
It is here.
Can you at least give him some reassurance? It's okay, buddy. You're gonna be okay. You still have 4 more harnesses that are connected.
Yeah. Or maybe they just muted the person on the other end. What's up? Again, listen to this.
We're going for the
There's only millions of dollars at stake.
Right.
Yeah, the owner of the series, his team can't fasten Will Power's GM seatbelt.
I have to pit. My belt has come off.
That's a terrible feeling from inside the race car. You saw at the start of that clip.
Seatbelt is unclipped.
Not talking to him.
Still not talking to him. He's like, hello, did you hear me? I'm driving this car for you, for your entertainment purposes at 200 miles an hour, and my seatbelt has come apart.
Yeah, well, the next 15 seconds had to be bleeped for National Network television.
All right, here's the full soundbite.
I have to pit. My belt has come off.
That's a terrible feeling from inside the race car. You saw at the start of that clip.
Seatbelt is unclipped.
Copy, which one?
The left.
And then just
The passenger seatbelt in the back.
Exactly. The one that's holding down the child seat. I'm driving the 2-seater, damn it.
The child seatbelt in the back. It's come undone.
It doesn't matter which one. It's an unfastening is an unfastening.
And you think we're making fun of what happened.
No.
We're not making fun. We're making light, maybe, a little bit of it. It gets even better because we've got about 2 minutes worth of Will Power. Will Power, who probably ran out of birds to throw.
Known for his angry birds, his angry double birds, yes.
But watch Will Power after the race. The Freaks, Jess Peters caught up with Will Power talking about the incident that happened on the track, handing over the championship to Alex Palou. It's a good 2.5 minutes with Will Power talking about the issues with the seatbelt and, again, handing the championship to Alex Palou.
It was the most ridiculous way to potentially lose a championship. As soon as the belt just popped, man, I just drove down the straight and it just went pop, came off. So I'm like, I'm going to have to pit. The belt came off. And then, we learned after the first time that I need to loosen it completely, do it. We wouldn't have lost all those laps. It would have been fine. But then it popped again, so it would have been gone anyway. I had to pit again. It just popped off. So the manufacturer of that, I'm going to send it back, man. That's very dangerous. I don't know what happens if I hit the wall, if it just breaks. Because it literally just popped, the lap belt. It's just incredible. That's the first time I've ever had that, like a belt just pop. I'm glad you feel it, because if you hit the wall and you don't, it's a big problem. There's just no way that you can stay out there, man. If you hit the wall, you're gone. It was hard to take any risks or anything. You just didn't want to. I just kind of drove around all day hoping more DNFs, so I guess for absolute championship positions. But yeah, frustrating, but it was a year of those sort of things. I mean, if you look at Palou, the last race had some sort of weird failure like that, and I got mine here. He wasn't magical. Obviously, he would have pushed a lot harder if he had to, but of course you always think about it, but it's the way it rolls. It's just the way it is. Honestly, if you don't win, you don't care, but always nice to finish higher, but if you don't win, it doesn't matter. Who cares? If you don't win, man, it doesn't matter. It's more about race wins at that point in the season. So yeah, frustrating to go out like that, but everyone had their fair share of failures. Mine was the seatbelt. it does give me a bit of drive to come back. Oh, man, you can't be disappointed. It's one of those things, right? It was a good year. It really was. It was, the worst case scenario for the last race, but Palou could have said that from the previous race. So, yeah, it's just that sort of sport. But that is a strange one. I can't imagine why that was doing that, but that's quite dangerous. So yeah, we'll obviously look into it big time.
Freak Nation, you were running a car at 200 miles an hour, and you're that jovial after a race, talking to reporters in front of a porta potty?
It was a nice little touch that was added there. Because that's basically what happened today. He went in the, yeah, that's just what happened.
I love Will Power. I absolutely love that man. I mean, you know what? If there's a Mount Rushmore, we never asked this, but if there's a Mount Rushmore, I mean, John Forrest always takes the number one spot, but Will Power's in that top four for me. Just not because he comes into Freak Nation so often. It just, again, gives us great clickbait. But he's just good. He's just so good for the sport of motorsports.
Well, champion Alex Palou joined us last hour, and we talked about how that interview ended with his little perspective of, I might be a 3-time champ, but I mean, life is all about my daughter and my wife right now. That was perspective. Will Power's had a pretty good dose of perspective recently, and losing the championship and still being, like you said, that jovial just now, pretty remarkable.
Seriously, look at this. Get that off, Richie. Look at that portalette. Is that beautiful? Look at that porta potty over Will Power's shoulder.
Clarksville getting some run on the show. Well, let's just be honest. Clarksville
This segment
Coopers.
brought to you by the Crapper. Clarksville Crappers. Nashville, Tennessee.
Scott Borchetta. They could be another sponsor next year. Just saying.
And just in case you're just tuning in before we go to break, this is the audio of Will Power reporting that his seatbelt light came on and said, fasten seatbelt. The audio is, it's so scary. It's funny. The dead air is incredible.
I have to pin. My belt has come off.
That's a terrible feeling from inside the race car. You saw at the start of that clip.
Seatbelt is unclipped.
Copy.
I just thought of what might have happened. He didn't get any response because the people in the pits were making calls to cancel all the stuff that they had bought with the money they were going to make from this championship.
Ryan Blaney, speaking of running for some money, joins us next. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire. And the countdown to the championship is setting the track ablaze. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.
You're listening to Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Your lettuce is looking good today, but first thing out of your mouth was to trim it up. So Ryan Blaney, I walked up to you and said, your lettuce is looking good today, but first thing out of your mouth was to trim it up. But why trim it up, man? You got to have the race day, the playoff lettuce, the playoff beard.
I know. I've gone this far without cutting it this year, so I'll probably just let it rip. And yeah, the playoff beard has started a week ago, so it'll come in nicely, and hopefully it brings us the same luck it did last year.
I've jammed a microphone in Roger Penske's face for 25 years now, and it seems that I always get in a conversation about facial hair. Do you still have a conversation with Roger about your facial hair?
Well, I keep it very good through the year, but then when playoffs start, it kind of, hey, it's playoff time, beard time, it's a superstitious kind of thing. But through the year, I'm very clean shaven and stuff like that. But once these final 10 weeks start, I think it's appropriate.
Is it even a thing now with Roger?
No, not anymore. Not anymore. I think he's laid off a little bit. He'll let you know though, like getting a little long, but then you take it, it's like, okay, I'll shave. But yeah, it is a thing still, but you just you be smart about it. I know that, and that's why I keep it so clean shaven through the year before the playoffs, so I can have a little bit more leeway when I get to the final 10 weeks.
We talked about this on the show Sunday night about the 3 races that kick off the playoffs and the diversity of those races. And granted, I understand drivers like certain tracks that they do well at, but the diversity of those tracks we like as fans. You as a driver, you've got the quote-unquote super speedway of Atlanta, Watkins Glen, and then, of course, Bristol. Is that a good way to start off the playoffs?
It definitely throws an oddball in it. It's kind of a completely different first round than we've had. I know a lot of people were nervous about Atlanta, kicking it off, just being kind of a speedway nature track. But we did a really good job, last week at Atlanta, and short of the win, we had a great day. So we accepted that challenge and just went racing, and tried not to let anything psych you out. Like, oh, it's Speedway is the first race. It's like, well, doesn't matter if it's in the playoffs or not. You're always going to try to perform, right, and do the right things, and we happen to do that. So go to the Glen this weekend. First time Watkins Glen been in the playoffs, so that'll be exciting. Hopefully our road course program is where it needs to be. I'll find out Saturday when I get on the racetrack. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think we're starting off, really well. I think our group is where they need to be and try to get through this first round and then attack the next one.
But that's what you're supposed to say. About half what you said right there, you're going through your Rolodex of you need to say. you are. But that's so true. Do you have an idea of the car that you're going to jump in for Watkins Glen?
Well, no. I mean, you don't. I mean, you can prepare all you want, right? I mean, we do sim work before these races and stuff, but at the same time, like, you don't particularly know how you're going to be, especially against the competition. Like, you might know, okay, hey, we're running this in the sim and my car feels okay in the sim, but until you get out there and you don't know what everyone else has got, right? If they're going to be, if you got to go find half a second somewhere, like, oh, well, this is different now, and now I got to push harder, or we got to work on our car to try to get there. So I think that's the beauty about it, you know, and that's the beauty of sports. Like, you don't know what anyone has until they go down the field or get on the racetrack. Like, and then you find out everything, and you're trying to learn under fire, and you're trying to learn quickly. So that's what makes it challenging, and that's what makes, I think, great teams great, is they can figure it out fast, and they can figure it out quicker than everybody else.
Who are you looking into? Who do you follow? How do you pinpoint those seconds to pick up at Watkins Glen?
Yeah, you know, so I'm usually a person, I don't normally like follow people to try to get an idea in practice. Like, I'll just try to go focus on, like, especially the first run of practice, kind of how I approach it is, you know, you're going to go out, you're going to try to get a pretty good gap by yourself and really just kind of fine tune your craft. All right, am I doing everything I need to do? You know, kind of getting up to speed. And then I'm trying to figure out at the same time, all right, what's my car need to do better once I get up to speed? And I'm trying to do everything right. And then after like your first run, you go in and you look at data. Okay, where am I running? What lap times am I running? How far off am I, or how close are we? And then, you know, you have your SMT data, kind of all the virtual cars you can look at. You can look at guys' brake trace, throttle trace. You can learn off of that. And that's really the biggest tool for me, is I can watch, and you can overlay cars, your car to somebody else who you want to watch. I go, okay, he's getting into turn one deeper, or he's getting off of turn two a little bit better than I am. And then I kind of go out for my second run, and then I try to work on those things.
Who's that overlapping car typically for Ryan Blaney? Is it Tyler Reddick? Is it Kyle Larson?
I mean, it honestly just depends on the weekend. You look who's fast in practice, and then so I don't watch somebody religiously every week, because that person might not be great that week, and you have to go look at somebody else. But I'd say the better road course guys, right? Like, yeah, Reddick's great. Byron's a really good road racer. Larson, Chase. Those are the kind of the guys I look at. Martin Truex is pretty good. So those handful of guys I try to focus on, because especially on road courses, because I know they typically run very well, especially at Watkins Glen.
You remember who you watched coming into the Phoenix finale, Ryan?
I didn't watch anybody. I was so focused on our deal. Like, I didn't really watch any data, like SMT stuff. We just focused on, hey, our speed is close. All right, so I don't really want to watch anybody. Let's just focus and talk about where can we get our car better, you know? So that's all I wanted to focus on. Once I knew I was in the ballpark of those other three guys, it's like, all right, I don't need to watch it. I just want to focus on how can we have our conversation about our car, because I didn't want to throw ourselves off. It's like, oh, he's doing this way better than me. We really need to work on this. And we need to work on this. Like, let's just focus on our deal. And that's really what we did.
Do you even remember the lead up to it? Because it was such a big occasion for you. Were you able to take it all in?
That's tough. You know, that's the tough part. Everything happens quick, right? Like, right when we won the championship, I remember I was telling people, like, let's slow down, you know, like, let's take it all in.
You were saying that at your age. Yeah. Let's slow it down. Yeah. Really? That's things I say at my age.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to try to appreciate it, right? Because everything happens quick. They go on stage, do this, do that. You're getting shoved over here. Okay, the car's leaving now. It's like, wow, man, I want to like appreciate this. And I think that'd be the neatest thing about winning, if you can win a second, is you're going to understand, like, okay, this is kind of the procedure that post-race is about, and you're going to be able to, you know, slow things down easier because it's not all a first for you, right? And things aren't going a million miles a second, you know? So that's what makes me hungry about the second one, is I think you're gonna appreciate it a lot more.
You talk about stepping back and appreciating things and taking things in. I can't do anything but look forward to your wedding, because that was the advice we were given. And so, yeah, to just kind of step back, there's so many things going on, kind of like a championship. Yeah. You're just like, oh, get away from me, get out of my head. But yeah, it's the chance to be able to do that in any big event in your life. Easier said than done, though.
It is easier said than done, that's for sure. I mean, because you work so hard on trying to get to that moment, and when it happens, right, you're overjoyed and you're trying to figure out, how do I need to act, you know? So, but yeah, I mean, it was great. And yeah, I mean, the same thing of slowing down, like the wedding here today, it's 3 months to the day away. It's going to be here before you know it. And my fiance and I were to the point of we're sick of planning. Like we're done planning. We just want it to be here and like enjoy it with our friends and family. But it's been fun actually. It's like preparing for a championship, like all the work that goes into it.
Don't tell her that.
Probably more work, honestly. Oh, she laughed. I told her that. She laughed at it. She was like, yeah, I'll just see. It's probably pretty close. But I said, well, this is way better though. The wedding's way better. So way bigger deal. But we're excited about it, and should be a good time.
I see you golf. I see you do some other things in your off time. Yeah, the Olympic break was nice for you guys. What do you do to get your mind off the things that might stress you out otherwise?
Yeah, I always, we're traveling all weekend and, in the race shops, through the week. And I always try to like reserve one day to not do anything like related to my job, whether that's like Wednesday, Thursday before we fly out. One day I don't think about racing. Like I don't answer emails about racing. I don't do any of that. I just, you need one day to separate yourself, I feel like, or else you're going to go crazy because you can obsess about this stuff. And so I think having that is nice. So I like, I don't know, it sounds pretty boring, but like I love my house. Like I love being home and hanging with my fiance and our animals. And like, that's the best thing to me. I golf. I mean, I do golf. And so that's that part I really do enjoy doing. But just being at home, like that's like luxury to me because it's great.
Can you take 24 hours off of all devices?
Not all devices. No, I don't. I mean, you're still on your phone, right? Everyone's glued to those things nowadays. It's just way of the world. But I try not to, even like on that day off, I try not to look on like Twitter or it's not called Twitter anymore, X or Instagram. But I do like seeing it just because I get informed. Like that's how I get informed of what's going on, whether it's in the racing world or anything else. That's how I get my news. So I try, but it's hard. I mean, who can really go 24 hours without a device? I mean, that's like impossible to do. You can read a book for 24 hours. You can't do it.
And of course, Ryan Blaney, who went out early at Watkins Glen, the first lap, in fact. We caught up with him last week here in Phoenix. Speaking of catching up with drivers here in Phoenix, Rajah Caruth, another driver running for a NASCAR championship, the NASCAR Truck Series. He joins us next here in the Speed Freaks pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAVTV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAVTV Go has something for everyone. MAVTV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire, and the countdown to the championship is setting the track ablaze. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
You're listening to Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by good friends at General Tires. Now through the end of October, buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires and get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Need more information? Go to the website, GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire for Speed Freaks for the last 2 decades. So Rajah, before we started recording here, you talked about how you love the cities. And Phoenix is a big-ass city. It's not really a city. It's just a place. It's not downtown like D.C. or New York.
Big area. It's a big area, yeah. I was going to say, like, Phoenix ain't like a city like L.A. or Chicago, D.C., Manhattan. But I love going to these, I don't want to say urban, but, like, city area, metropolitan areas, Obviously, coming here, to Vegas, Chicago, L.A., Richmond, kind of Richmond, kind of St. Louis. It's always great because it's familiar to me, and it's nice because you can walk places. Kansas City is nice too. I'm trying to think of
get all the cities in there, man. They're gonna be pissed off at you. You don't talk about them.
I'm trying to make sure I get all of them. Obviously Charlotte too. But yeah, I mean, I love going to cities. The amenities are nice. I don't know. A lot of industry people are like, "Oh, I hate going to cities." Like, no, Chicago's great. I love going to Chicago.
All right, so you've had your share of tracks now to where you've been able to race a lot of different tracks, a lot of different facilities. Where is Rajah now on some of his favorites and his least favorites? And don't worry about hurting people's feelings, man, okay?
Oh, we're going to get some sound bites for this one. I think my favorite tracks, I love Kansas. Kansas Speedway is a really fun racy racetrack. I mean, Darlington, that's probably a driver.
Can I jump in here a second?
Yeah.
From a visual standpoint, Kansas looks so freaking boring. But
really?
Hold on a second. But from the finishes and the action on the track, where does that raciness come from on that track?
Yeah, so Kansas is it's progressively banked, tongue twister. The surface is aging and getting older to where we're not running the same lap times the whole run. And so, having the tire degradation, having the racetrack kind of lose grip over the years and how it's weathered is a lot of fun, I think, as a driver to go to a place like that where you can make a difference. It's not to the likes of a Darlington or a Homestead by any means, but Kansas is one of my favorite tracks. Same with Darlington, Homestead, Charlotte. I love, the mile and a half where you can kind of move around. Bristol is always a blast as well. In terms of least favorite racetracks, I mean, Richmond is my home track, and that was the first racetrack I ever went to, but I sucked there for whatever reason. I don't want to say I suck because let's not put that in the universe, but I just haven't gotten a good finish there so far in my career, and I know it's kind of early, but there and St. Louis has kind of been a different track. Yeah, I haven't had the best finishes there at St. Louis. I think I've run okay there. In Milwaukee, I'm glad we're not going to Milwaukee next year. I ran there a few times in ARCA, and I ran okay there, and in the truck just didn't finish.
Don't you want to go back and whoop its ass and figure it out after drives like that?
Yes and no. I think for Milwaukee, I could take it or leave it. To be honest with you, I'm glad we're not going there next year. We should be going to Road America or something. So,
are you finding that your fan base is building as you get more and more attuned to the trucks and eventually move up into Xfinity and the Cup Series? You finding that your fan base is becoming quite diverse and going, wow, there's this African American driver in a NASCAR Truck Series that's actually having some success. Big time sponsors. What about you personally? Are you digging the fandom now?
It's an adjustment because I'm honestly an introvert. I think getting used to public speaking and to interviews, to talking to people that I've never really met before, I think that's always been a kind of something I've had to get used to. Because I love staying in the house. When I'm not racing, I'm either playing iRacing or I don't know, playing basketball or with very close friends or family. Otherwise, I don't really go out or do much. So that's been an adjustment, and I say that to say I think having building a fan base, building support has been a very learning and I think special journey. Because at the end of the day, I remember being that kid, when I was this tall, looking at drivers like they were superheroes, and to be on my way to be one of those guys or girls on Sundays is really cool. So hopefully the journey is just now beginning. Hopefully we can get another one this year and make it to the Final Four here in Phoenix.
I'm not going to tell you what the drivers' answers were, but they surprised me when I said, would you rather win the Daytona 500 or a championship? This is in the Cup cars. When you make it to Cup, right now where you are, would you rather win? You have to win.
It has to be
one or the other, and why?
I don't know. Can I pass, or do you need to pick one? Okay, let me play the field here. So, like, the 500 is the 500, right? Like, your car is sitting there for a year. You get your, your hands in the cement there. But with how those races ends, I don't want to say it can be. I don't want to. It's not a fluke winning it, but like, really, anybody can win a plate race for the most part. Not everybody can win a championship. Not everyone can win a race, let alone win a championship. So I think from a I'll say ball knowledge or like ability, I would say like a championship is a bigger deal, I think. But for sentimental value, for historical value, the 500 is really important, I think, to win. I think nowadays it's easier to win a championship than it was when I grew up watching racing. Like, you could get a win early in the year like we did, not have a good summer, and then turn it up in the fall and be racing for a championship, versus a guy that has had a more robust middle part of the season and then not have the best fall and then not win it all. So I think the nature of the format now makes it, I think, easier to win a championship. I think one or two. I don't think it's easier to have, your Jimmy Johnsons, your Jeff Gordons, your more than 3-time champions. So to answer your question, I don't know. So
you'll ask an IndyCar driver, the Indy 500 or an IndyCar championship, 9 times out of... Okay, then why isn't the Daytona 500?
Because we're NASCAR. It's NASCAR. Like, no offense to IndyCar, but like, it's the... And albeit I'm in the truck series, so I mean, this is all due respect. But like, they get, what, 500,000 people going to the Indy 500, and then what do they get for views for the rest of the season, So it's like I Indy 500 100% over an IndyCar championship. But I mean, those guys and gals are all really good that do that discipline, so it's all respect to them. But
Indy 500 or Daytona 500?
Oh, I mean, Daytona 500. I would love to run the Indy 500 though. That would be fun. That's hopefully a long ways down my runway. I'm not anywhere near Kyle Larson yet, so hopefully one day.
They leave. Antron's out first. Langdon's trying to catch him, and it's going to be Antron Brown.
would you ever hop into a top fuel car and go 330 miles an hour and 1,000 feet?
Sure. I don't know how they work. I always wonder, like, do you steer? Do you need to hold the car like straight? Like, are you shifting? Like, is it like a dual clutch? Is it a hand clutch? Is it with the pedals? There's a lot of questions.
There's a cup holder over here
for 3 seconds. Nah, but I don't know. I mean, I think at the end of the day, as a racer, you would love to get to drive anything. So, I think next year, I'm trying to run a little bit of Trans Am, try to get some more Xfinity races, try to just race a little bit more. Just because that's kind of a thing I've lacked this year. It's just with the off time, just not racing as much as I would have liked to. So, definitely, really anything with wheels. I think drag racing would be crazy. I think any form of whether it's a sprint car or IndyCar, I'd have to see what my mom thinks, see what my girlfriend thinks, just because they watch racing, so they kind of know kind of the different disciplines and everything. So, but yeah, racers, race. So I just want to do that.
Come on, man. Love me some Rajah Caruth, Crasher.
Mm-hmm. I just love, we talked about, oh, come on, who were we talking about earlier? Conor Zilisch, and watching him grow through the sport over the last couple of years. Same with Rajah. We've been watching him grow through the sport. And he's, again, very well spoken and just a fun person.
The one thing that may help is that Caruth went to college. And, he had to learn how to talk as opposed to get out of high school and go straight into racing. And, that you don't learn things as well as when you take the time to go away to college and grow up.
So smooth.
Yeah, that's the good word.
I tried to throw so many things at the guy. Just next. Freak Nation coming up next. Crash Gladys pit news and notes. Richard C. Suave with some mad insight from the Formula One race. He actually got up to watch the damn thing. He went back to bed.
That's what he does. Yeah. He is an early riser on Sunday mornings.
That's next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth worth it? If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire, and the countdown to the championship is setting the track ablaze. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Freak Nation, coming up in moments. Richard C. Suave has some incredible news from Formula One that we're going to get to. But first, Crash Gladys Pit News and Notes brought to you by our good friends at Lucas Oil. Crasher?
Well, IndyCar is now done for 2024. Oh, I thought you were giving me sad piano music there at first.
No, it's like, look, we got, 6 months until we see the next IndyCar race? That's real.
It is real. Yes.
Right.
It's a long off season. Again. 6 years in a row of this now?
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Better?
A little more Nashville-y. Yeah, okay. Like that. Anyway, the third time in the last 4 years, Joel Palou is your IndyCar Series champion. He is the second youngest ever put the 3 title mark, doing so by the age of 27 years. Who was the youngest? Was it Sebastian Bourdais or was it? No, it was the Princess. Yeah.
Sam Horner.
But willpower. With Palou's biggest competitor for the title, but we've talked about it this year. This is his seatbelt issues and finishing in the back. This is what blows my mind right here. Colton Herta takes the win and vaults himself up to second in the championship final, the way the points laid out in the very end of the IndyCar season. Second in the points. Scott McLaughlin third, Will Power fell to fourth. Being in second, fell to fourth. Just blows me away. Anyway, Colton Herta with the win, Alex Palou with the championship. Formula One race, the Azerbaijan, I can never say that word right, Grand Prix. Is this where we're going to Richie, or we're going to let him do some details later?
Details later.
All right. Oscar Piastri, the winner, and get this. Now, with this win, McLaren is leading the points, the manufacturer's points championship. It's basically been a tale of two halves in the Formula One season in 2024. Super Motocross round 2 of the title hunt was held on a pretty technical layout in the middle of Texas Motor Speedway. Hunter Lawrence. Now, it was a jet Lawrence. Hunter Lawrence rode his butt off finishing with a 1-3 on the day and clinched the, get this, double point win in round 2 of the Super Motocross playoffs. So now, Hunter Lawrence, with the overall win at Texas, is now your points leader going into the finale coming up this weekend in Las Vegas. When it came to the 250s, it was another Hayden Deegan sweep, and he is just basically further solidifying his chance to solidify his title defense, I would say. NHRA kicked off their playoff countdown at the House of Chaos in Pennsylvania. Going big on the initial weekend were winners Antoine Brown in Top Fuel, Austin Prock in an all-John Force funny car final, Aaron Stanfield in Pro Stock, and Hector Arana Jr. in Pro Stock Motorcycle. All right, NASCAR. We've talked about it most of the show. They ran their second race of this initial, what are we calling it, wild card, first stint of the playoffs. The first 3 races basically have, or at least the first 2 have been wild card. Let's get to Xfinity first. Conor Zilisch, his first time in an Xfinity seat, and he goes on to take the dub from all of the full-timers in the Xfinity Series. Okay, then Sunday was a day to forget for most of the championship contenders. Your defending champ, Ryan Blaney, finishing dead last. Denny Hamlin suffering damage in 2 separate incidents. Brad Keselowski had hit issues twice, I believe, and then ended up in a late race accident. Also collected William Byron, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex, Watkins Glen is basically what that ended up being, but not for Chris Buscher. You've heard him. But in a massive drive, though, he earned this win. Driving around SVG passes him back, then he passes Shane Van Gisbergen again, and forces him to overdrive. Put it this way, Chris Buscher deserving winner at the back.
Fast Status Fit News and Notes, again, brought to you by good friends at Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com. Got a line of products. Keep your rides snappy and happy. Coming up, I'll still ask this question probably when it happens again. Why is Chase Elliott the most popular driver in NASCAR? I ask that genuinely. But first, Richard C. Suave, let me do this. I want to give you the floor on this, my friend.
All right, let's go.
You have some incredible news when it comes to that Formula One race that happened early Sunday morning. Is that right?
Yeah, let's dive into it. Got up at 4 o'clock in the morning just for this show, y'all. Just for this show, I woke up and I watched Baku. So y'all didn't have
All right, Richard, thank you. That's enough Formula One.
Yeah, cool.
All right, Richie's Formula One
you.
brought to you by absolutely no one here in the Freak Nation. So I'm asking this question, Freak Nation.
Wait, don't
I appreciate the floor. I appreciate the floor.
Verstappen didn't win.
Crash your stop. It's part of the joke. We don't say anything more about Formula One. You don't get it?
Yes, I get it. But I just laughed out. You're trying to hold your laughter back. I'm trying to give you an out so you don't bust out in laughter.
I couldn't keep it straight. Richie, can we count on you every week the Formula One decides to wake their ass up at 3
Next
o'clock?
week, baby. Next week, we're waking up at 5 a.m. next week. Let's go. Come on.
All right.
Don't even remember where they are, but that's okay.
It's somewhere on the other side of the world.
Who was it back in the day? Was it Jim Rome? There was no, it was actually Dan Patrick. That 10, 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, where he would have like 60 good seconds or 10 good seconds of soccer.
I remember that. That was Dan Patrick, yes. And Seaton was the one, and then he would cut off Seaton.
Yeah.
At least got more seconds than just been glitchy right there.
Well, I did. Hey, your most popular driver for, let me count them. All right, for the last, 5-6 years has been Chase Elliott when it comes to NASCAR Cup Series. Crasher, you were at the NASCAR Playoff Media Day in Charlotte. Can you share a story with us? And this is, we're not talking out of turn here, man. Your most popular driver, 2018 through last year, is Chase Elliott. And there were numerous media personnel there to cover the 16 playoff drivers. What happened, Crasher, when Chase Elliott was called to his position on the podium?
drivers came in 4 at a time at this particular media day event, and it was, okay, let's give him a little bit of credit here. He came in early for his allotted time, but when he came in, a lot of media watched him walk up to his seat, and then they just stared at him. Our person even looked back at the room and said, well, he's here. Nobody walked up. I just found that interesting. Chase is an interesting one, just to use that word again. He's an interesting one to deal with in interviews. He doesn't feel comfortable answering questions, and I don't know necessarily why. So he gives very bland answers, and it's you just
answered it yourself. Every time we had Chase Elliott when he went to Texas, we had him on the show from the media center.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. It's greatness. Gave us great insight. But outside of that, it again makes paint dry look like the Super Bowl. Here he is. Here's the picture. Right there. There he is.
This PR girl right there. Hey, my guy's here.
Yep.
Why aren't all 50 of you hovering around?
Why isn't this guy
I know
your most popular driver?
Ryan Blaney should be up on the voting, man. So much so.
We had him on this hour, and he's so pleasant. We had to freaking run the guy off. Just want to sit there and talk in his white T-shirt and his freaking painter pants.
Painter pants?
And that freaking sweet lettuce he's got. Get that.
Yeah.
What a pleasant dude. Hey, he's here.
Oh, no.
He's here. No, he's here. There's your most popular driver. Why is this guy your most popular driver? You guys watching this. Why?
Because his dad was. That's what people say. I vote for him because I voted for his dad.
At least Dale Jr. had a personality and talked and loved to do, well, enjoyed interviews, at least as far as we could tell when he came to the Freak Nation.
Mm-hmm. He has a freaking podcast. He owns a media company now that what we thought he enjoyed in interviews has turned into a career now, and he's done extremely well with it. I think his comfort level has even gone up more.
Yes. All right, man. We'll do it again next week, Freak Nation. Who's going to make it to the round of 12?
Ooh, that's
You're
right.
all about it. Right here with the Freaks. Stat Man, will you shoot the Jews to the moose?
Then I'll cut it loose.
One more time.
When? Why? Why get the music over it? Don't I get music? You had music for all the show.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General tires. And if you buy 4 qualifying SUV or light truck tires, you'll get up to $100 back with a Visa prepaid card. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAVTV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAVTV Go has something for everyone. MAVTV Go, your global home of motorsports. Now on the go. Download the app now.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire, and the countdown to the championship is setting the track ablaze. September 27th through 29th, Tony Stewart and more continue their chase for the crown at the NHRA Midwest Nationals at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Get your tickets at WWTRaceway.com for a weekend of nitro-charged playoff action. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 27th through 29th. Get your tickets today.